You had a black family that had a funeral at a local Catholic church. Well, one of them knocked down the chalice and the priest got pissed off. I want you to hear how the priest talked to them and how the priest referred to their dead mother in the casket. Let's roll that clip.
Agnes Hicks's obituary. This was for her viewing and funeral that was held here inside this church Tuesday morning. Hundreds of people showed up to pay their respects, but it all ended abruptly when someone knocked over and damaged the church's sacred cup, also known as a chalice. A cell phone records a chaotic scene from the church pews as an argument between the pastor and family laying their loved one to rest escalates, while the body of 54-year-old Agnes Hicks lays in her casket right nearby. A short time later, the family is seen carrying out her casket to leave, with shocked attendees and police cars in the parking lot.
This was uncalled for, uncalled for at that church, and it really hurt me, really do. To see your loved one come there to rest and be shut down like that.
Hicks's family is still traumatized over what happened. They say Agnes Hicks was baptized as a young girl at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Charlotte Hall, and it's where she had always wanted her funeral. But things got ugly at her viewing with Pastor Michael Breezy. This is a photo of him from the church's website, when family says someone went in for a hug and accidentally knocked over the church's sacred chalice near the altar.
That's when all hell broke loose. He literally got on the mic and said there will be no funeral, there will be no mass, no repast. Everyone get the hell out of my church. He was disrespectful. He disrespected our family. He disrespected my mother. He called my mother a thing. He said, get this thing out of my church. Everyone get the hell out of my church. It was very sad. It was very sad. And I never seen anything like that before.
Family says the pastor then called police.
Bad enough we had to bury our own mother yesterday. But for you to say she's a thing and it will be no funeral, you're not a preacher. You're not a pastor. You're not a father of the Lord. You're not none of that. Acting like that, you're the devil.
When officers arrived, they determined the family was not in the wrong and escorted them to a funeral home out of the county, where another pastor performed their funeral service. Meanwhile, the Archdiocese of Washington has issued an apology to the family that reads in part, quote, "What occurred at St. Mary's Parish does not reflect the Catholic Church's fundamental calling to respect, nor does that incident represent the pastoral approach the priests of the Archdiocese of Washington commit to undertake every day in their ministry."
My mom was supposed to have a great funeral, and all this came up, and now I'm so traumatized about it. I'm gonna keep thinking about this every day. Like, I can't never forget this day.
The Archdiocese adds that they are taking this matter very seriously and it is still under review. Father Breezy is also expected to make a formal apology to the family.
So the guy says, get that thing out of here, referring to their dead mother as a thing. He blew up. He said, get the hell out. Now, first and foremost, in my opinion, someone speaking that way, get that thing out of here, to me don't sound like you like black folks at all. And they couldn't pick up on that. I don't understand why any black person is Catholic. I don't get that at all. Do you know the Pope is the one that sanctioned your slavery? He gave the go-ahead to say it was a blessing to do that it's okay by the scriptures. And they committed many acts, of course, of chattel slavery, bringing them to Britain, bringing us through the Caribbean, bringing us to definitely here in the Americas, Central America, South America. The Pope is the one that sanctioned that. So I don't know why any black person would be talking about they're Catholic. Don't understand that. I remember I seen a picture of a preacher a while back, and he had a controversial sign that was in the news, and he was telling black people they need to come to black churches. They don't need to be going to these other churches. And the reason why this guy was saying that, because of the problems or the differences in culture, or how we don't address certain issues that you would hear in a lot of the black churches. That's what kind of what he was going with that. Now, this situation with racism is a lot of racism in a lot of the churches in America. Even Martin Luther King said that 11 o'clock hour is the most segregated hour in America. He stated that. You have a lot of these people that so-called call themselves evangelical, but yet they ran and voted for Trump. How you a Christian, you voting for Trump? I don't understand that. A man that grabs women by their private parts, and yet he's married. He had just had a child at that point. He admitting to it. He's laughing at it. He's foul-mouthed. He's rude. I mean, he's anything outside of what the scriptures teach how a person to be, but yet they ran to vote for Trump. They know he's racist. They know he's sexist, whatever. They still voted for Trump. So what I'm telling you is that same racist crowd is still there today. Even they use the Bible to justify their evil, just like recently Jeff Sessions had said that in the Bible you have to obey the laws of the land. So that's why he was excusing what was happening at that border with those children. That's what he used. So these people always have felt that their white supremacy and their evil is sanctioned by the scriptures against you. When are we going to learn? When are we going to wake up? Now, of course they're upset. Of course that's uncalled for. The mom wanted to be buried there. Maybe they had someone else that was great, but now this idiot came in. And then you look at his picture. It's something I really want to say about him, but I don't want to have to deal with no lawsuits or nothing. But that guy looks, I'm going to use the word, he looks extremely weird, and he looks like someone that they probably need to investigate. The only thing I'm saying. You put two and two together there. But we got to learn, from our history, black folk. Stay out of that Catholic Church. That Pope is the main one that sanctioned you to be sold off and sanctioned your treatment during the child slavery. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story with this family, and if this is your situation, how you would handle it.